You noted that you believe China's on a belligerent path. When President Trump gets to the White House, what do you think our relationship with China is going to look like? How do you think he should approach China in general?
Well, the first question, I'd love to know the answer to that. People talk about tariffs, and President Trump's talked about at least 60% tariffs on Chinese goods across the board. And he's also talked, in addition to that, a 10% tariff on Chinese goods because of fentanyl. That's 70%. That is going to shut off large portions of the American market to China. And that's obviously going to embroil relations. But we also got to remember that there's another side to President Trump, and we've seen that recently. On substantive Chinese matters so far, before the inauguration, there have been two important things, and they've both gone China's way. One of them is the Investment Review Board that was in both the Senate and the House versions of the funding bill, was dropped at the last moment. And there's a lot of allegations as to why that happened. And then the other thing, of course, is TikTok. President Trump filed an amicus curiae brief in the Supreme Court on TikTok's side. So, how this shakes out is really unknown right now. A lot of people say, well, Trump will do this and Trump will do that. And I sort of think he will do certain things, but we won't know until he actually takes the oath of office and enters the Oval Office and starts doing things.
Let's talk about those two actions paired with his recent commentary hitting hard on Panama, hitting China. He's not even in office yet, and he's critical on a global stage. So what does this indicate about his foreign policy?
Well, it's certainly going to be America first, because not only do we have the Panama comments, we have the ones about Greenland as well. And that is, again, raising national security issues which need to be discussed, but perhaps not in the way that Trump has done that. So we're going to find a lot of, there are going to be new controversies. I'm glad he's raising these issues because too many presidents have sort of ignored them. Greenland is critical, especially because China and Russia are ganging up in the Arctic, and Greenland is a part of that. So we are going to have all sorts of discussions that we have not had for decades. That's a good thing. And I hope that we can get some better relationships with Denmark over Greenland and with Panama over the canal.
You think that these discussions need to happen? They're a long time coming, but is the way he's raising them, is that the way to do it? He's coming in seemingly a little guns blazing. Is that the way to, meet foreign leaders at the negotiating table?
Yeah, another question that I'd love to have the answer to. He needs to get their attention because, yes, I don't like the style. But the point is, with a more quote-unquote responsible style, America has not gotten anywhere on so many things which are vital to our national security interests. And so it's best that we talk about these. As I said, I'd prefer that he do it in a different way, but we need to raise these issues. We need to get the attention of foreign leaders. We need to have some substantive changes in our relationships. So maybe this is not the best way to do it, but it's better this way than the other way of not doing anything at all.